Hi YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'd like to apologise. The last year's been terrible, as everybody knows, with the COVID. Bad weather, work, everything else just plays a toll on me at the moment, and trying to get out as much as I can, which is almost virtually impossible in some places that I need to go. You're not allowed in the area because of COVID, and I'm sure everybody around the world, all investigators alike, are having problems as well. Also, I'd like to apologise. I did put a video up. I don't know if anybody that follows me saw it, but I've had to take it off because the witness got cold feet. So anyway, I'm going to remake that one and re-put it back up, but obviously without any names. Anyway, tonight's story is submitted to me by James Wallis, or best known as Jim Wallis, to his friends and family. He prefers Jim. Jim reported this to me on the 26th of January 2019, and you know, it was a harrowing story for Jim, to be honest, which I really thank him for contacting me. He actually contacted a friend of mine first, John Mann, which contacted me, and I contacted Jim, which, you know, I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you if you're watching this. Anyway, to Jim's story. Anyway, it was February the 15th 2003. It was a Sunday. Jim had been to see in-laws in Hedden, which is a small market town outside Hull, and he'd been there most of the afternoon, he says, and they left approximately 11 o'clock, gone 11 o'clock, he's not sure of the time, but roughly, and heading back to a place called Leven, where we lived at the time. And it's not the Leven in Scotland. That's when I've told this story before, people say, oh, Scotland. No, it's Leven, East Yorkshire. It's on the A165. It's between, I think, Beverley and Bransburton, from Scala, obviously, to Leven. If you go on the A165, you'll see it, if anybody likes to map watch. Anyway, Jim said on the February the 15th, was coming back, just gone through the village of Scala. Apparently it's quite famous as Scala. Anyway, it's coming through there, and if anybody knows the A165, as you come through Scala going up to Leven, there's a slight left-hand bend, and he just come around that bend, and you can see Arnold Lane End. There's a little junction there, and there's a group of trees on the right. It's all hedgerow and trees, really. Anyway, just his headlights caught these eyes, and it was really low down. And he thought, oh, fox. And next minute, within a split second, they started to raise eye and eye and eye. I thought, what the? His headlights caught this huge mass, black, furry, hairy, all hair around the neck, shoulders, beast, he says. I just couldn't figure out what it was. And as he got a bit closer, this thing stepped out into the middle of the road. Anyway, Jim had to swerve to get around it. And that's when he started to get scared. You know, what the heck's this thing? At the time, he had his wife in the car and his newborn son. So obviously Jim was going very slow and very frightful. Didn't want to have an accident. You know, what the heck? And he's looking in his mirror. Next minute, he noticed this thing at the side of his car. Now, let me add, which I hadn't took any measurements, but Jim had a Renault Laguna. And as Jim's sat in there, and I think, if I remember correct, I do apologise if I've got this wrong, but Jim's about 6 foot, or just under 6 foot. And he says he obviously sits high in the car, and this thing's eyes are the same height as Jim's. So you do the maths. So it's quite big, whatever it was. So then it starts to chase him down the road, and it's looking into his car, and he says that I felt like this thing was looking into my soul. I just felt fear, primeval fear, all the time this thing was at the side of me. I didn't know what to do. I started to put my foot down a little bit further. I didn't want to go too fast because obviously I had my wife and my son in the car. I thought, what the heck is this thing? And he started to come around the corner. If anybody knows the road, as you come around, there's not a real tight right-hand bend, but it's a slight right-hand bend. And you'll see Long Wiston on your right. There's a junction for Long Wiston, and there's a petrol station. Anyway, as you got round to that sort of like part of the road, this thing just disappeared, gone off, gone. Next minute he noticed it wasn't there. And he's looking in his mirror, and he's just shacking all the time. He just felt primeval fear again. Couldn't get to leave him fast enough. Anyway, when he got home, he got out of the car real fast and he'd getting the lock in and grabbing his son, and his wife's coming out. Come on, get in. And he says all this time he was trying to get into the house, he just felt this thing was going to run round the road, up his drive and attack him. And anyway, he never saw it again since, obviously. And he just couldn't believe, and he says he had a sleepless night that night, and he just couldn't figure out what it was. Anyway, the next day he contacted John Mann. Told John Mann all the story. He says, could it be a cow that got out of the field? But John, when he told him how big this thing was, and it was stood up, and John says, no, cows don't do that, like. He says, but interesting enough, I says, I know Colin Keelty, so he says, can I pass this on? And that's how I've got the story. Anyway, I'm going to put some photos up of the location. I did have some drone footage, but unfortunately I've lost my SD card. Long story, it's in the house and I cannot find it located. So anyway, I've been trying to do some more drone footage, but the weather's been absolutely atrocious. But I'll put some pictures up, and I'm going to put a little animation that I've done, just to give you a rough idea of what had gone on. I do apologise for the amateur animation, but I've tried my best. Anyway, here it goes.